Welcome to SVG-TV News for Wednesday, July 11th, 2018. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. Chairman of the Carnival Development Corporation, Ricardo Adams, said that he is pleased with the outcome of VINCY Mass 2018. Adams told SVG-TV News today that there was a significant increase in arrivals to the country during the season and excellent support by patrons to many of the events on the VINCY Mass calendar. Adams said while there was some challenges such as the length of shows and other technical issues, VINCY Mass 2018 was a good one.
Ensure that they finish in a more timely manner. Notwithstanding the fact that people stayed to the end of most of the shows and were having a fantastic time right up to the very end, we still think that we need to improve on the time on some of the shows. Other than that, we're very happy. We are pleased with the response of all of the persons who supported us this year. We're pleased with the behavior of the general public in terms of continuing to ensure that we have a reasonably safe carnival. And so we look forward to 2019.
Adams said he is pleased by the emergence of new soca and calypso talent and assured that the CDC will continue to invest in youth talent.
We also are very happy to see a number of youngsters emerging, and challenging for titles. A number of new names would have come on the scene this year. You would have had people like Small Circle, Timber, artists whose names were not generally called at the top of the rankings over the last 2 years. And so, we're looking to see the further emergence of the youth over the years. We have the schools programs, and so that we do some of the school visits, we took some of the junior Calypsonians on tours across the country, etc. So we think that by continuing to invest in youth, continuing to support the youth, continuing to facilitate the emergence of the young talent, that we can actually continue to make it a good carnival.
Speaking about Mass, Adams said the CDC will continue to examine ways how to attract more people to Victoria Park.
Obviously, again, it takes a longer time for the marksmen to get to Victoria Park, and it takes a longer time for the fans to cross the stage at Victoria Park. So there's that holding period. And we got some feedback on that. But there are people who also enjoy going to the Victoria Park, and a few people turned out yesterday. There was a reasonably enough crowd in Victoria Park. And so we have to continue to see what else we can do to make Victoria Park more attractive for the patrons, so that when marksmen cross the stage and tell their stories, that there are eyes in the park to see it.
In more carnival news now, we heard that the Victoria Park was the venue to be last Saturday night as thousands of soca lovers flocked the venue to witness the crowning of the 2018 Raga Soca and Soca Monarchs. The highly anticipated event saw some 25 performances from the country's top and upcoming artists coming up against 2017 Raga Soca Monarch Hans John and Delroy Fireman Hooper. Nicketha Toney tells us more in this report.
The first of what could be many for Fimba, as both soca brads walked away champs in the Power Soca and Raga Soca Monarch competition. It was definitely a fight to the end, as 21 artists battled it out to see who would take this year's title in front of thousands of soca lovers who partied from 9 p.m. until the wee hours of Sunday morning. In the Raga category, 11 artists challenged the 2017 Monarch Hans John, who was thrown off his throne by the crowd favorite Fimba Jardine with his 2018 hit Funky Business. Mind your funky business. Mind your funky business. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. After being crowned, Jardine explained that his victory is more than enough reward for the troubles he experienced prior to showtime.
I want the touchdown of VINCY. last night really about 6:30, and then to just run right here to try to get a little song check, couldn't get it done. Had to run home, get a shower, come back here, begin to rehearse with the band. You know what I mean? It's been rough for me. I'm gonna keep it real, you know, keep it simple all the time, and I mean it's just great music all the time.
Performing Deja Vu, Hans John had to settle for second place, with Jamari L. Punk Stapleton securing the third spot with Whole Night. He had the crowd buzzing even before he took the stage, and when he did, the excitement was palpable as Delroy Fireman Hooper seemed to have the Victoria Park under his spell.
Oh my God!
At the end of the crowd-waving, hyped-up performance, Hooper had grabbed his 10th SOCA MONARCH title with his controversial song, Amen. Hooper said that his fans are his motivation and welcomed the addition to his accolades. He also gave props to his producer, Kemuel Carbon Jam Stapleton.
Carbon built that with him specially for me. It was about the time that I work with him and execute. I tell him from day one, I'm going to put a trophy on his wall. And here goes the trophy on his wall. There's the life, I will do it. But now I can't speak of that. I have to thank my team, my entire team, working every day, night and day to do this thing. So I have to big up all my fans, because without my fans, I'm nobody, I say. So all my fans, whoever you are, wherever in the world you are, Fireman Hooper say big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. You all made me Fireman Hooper, and I respect that. So I'm there for you.
Making his comeback after a 2-year hiatus, 6-time SOCA Monarch Gamal Skinny Fabulous Doyle placed second with SOCA Defenders, while Shaney Hyper 4000 Husbands, Top Man, and Antonio Small Circle Edwards Eggplant tied for third place. Both Jardine and Hooper have pledged to keep taking their music to higher heights as they look forward to defending their titles next year. Nicketha Toney reporting for Carnival Beat.
Manzangi reigned supreme in 2018. The former Calypso Monarch snatched back his title at DIMANCHE GRAS last Sunday as he went up against 10 other Calypsonians. We hear more in this report.
He once completed a hat-trick, and Zamfir the Manzangi Adams is hoping that this year will be the start of another cycle as he walked away with the 2018 Calypso Monarch title.
We must remember we carry food on. Sing praises to our ancestors.
Adams, a law enforcement officer, has long been praised for his melodious voice and his flair when performing, and his renditions on Sunday lived up to that billing. Paying tribute to his ancestors, Adams secured his crown with Hail Garifuna and All We Need, a song calling for more love. Placing second was Chanel Mackenzie with her hit Life Isn't Fair and Changes in Men.
Well, Your Honor, I'm losing patience, I don't want to go prison. But how could I watch her abuse with children? As a parent, she's a disgrace. Man, the faulty design of the system of the woman, right or wrong in this place.
Veteran Calypsonian and former Calypso Monarch Kenneth Vibrating Skate Saline had to settle for the third spot with Miss Carnival and Portrait of a True Nation Builder.
Then they miss you out the backyard. Miss Carnival, Miss Carnival. All beauty shows inspiration. Miss Carnival, Miss Carnival. Before CDC had a corporation. With the stroke of a pen, they give you one big blow. Oh my God, they shouldn't treat Miss Carnival so. Hey!
The DIMANCHE GRAS show also witnessed the King and Queen of the Band contest. The King of the Band title went to Atron Lockhart of the Lynx Mass Band with their 2018 production Devastating Elements of Natural Disaster. Jelani Niles from Blondie Birds and Friends was a judge second, while Nelson Block's Chewali Johnson placed third. There was a tie for first place in the Queen of the Band contest between Simone Richardson of Blondie Birds and Friends and Atisha Lockhart of Owen Ralph and the Professionals. Jenny Glasgow of SVG Players International placed third. Nicketha Toney reporting for Carnival Beat.
And SVG Players International retained their Band of the Year title. The band went all out as they took the stage at Victoria Park yesterday, which saw them successfully defending their title with their 2018 production Legends of the SOCA MONARCH, Best of the Best. We hear more in this report.
115 points. That's the total score for the 2018 Band of the Year winner, SVG Players International, as they successfully defended their title yesterday at Mardi Gras. Dubbed Legends of the SOCA MONARCH, Best of the Best, the band displayed 10 sections, all of which paid homage to the biggest event to take place during the 10 days of VINCY Mass and the men and women who come out each year to make the event happen. Making its comeback to the Mass Arena, Mirage Productions took the second position with 508 points for their production with Flying Colors, while the Lynx Mass Band placed third with their 2018 production Devastating Elements, scoring 483 points. Early frontrunner Blondie Bard and Friends had to settle for fourth place with their production Phobia. In the Uptown competition, Blondie Bard and Friends took the top spot, amassing 408 points, followed by SVG Players International on 402 points. Third place went to Nelson Block with 389 points. Blondie Bard and Friends had to share the top spot with Nelson Block for the best use of color, amassing some 353 points, with Mirage Productions rolling close in third place on 352 points. In the road match competition, the 2018 Raga Soca Monarch, Thimba Jardine, continued his 2018 VINCY Mass success as he was crowned Road Match King, with his crowd pleaser, Funky Business, which got 49 points. He was followed by the reigning Soca Monarch Delroy Fireman Hooper's Amen on 46 points, with the young sensation Antonio Small Circle Edwards taking the third position with 38 points. Nicketha Toney reporting for Carnival Beat.
Meanwhile, our news team took to the streets of capital Kingston to hear from the public on their views of the outcome of VINCY Mass 2018.
It wasn't too bad. I did party a lot. I went to a lot of the shows. All in all, it was a good season. The highlight of it is that this year there wasn't like a Clair road march winner. I like the fact that a wide variety of music was played from various artists.
Right, anything you see that could be changed?
Not particularly this year. I think a lot of improvements were made this year.
Is there anything you see that need to be changed?
About the carnival?
Yeah.
No, not really. The only problem is when you buy your t-shirt and if you get liquor from the floor truck, it's like you have to struggle. So we don't even bother get it.
Well, VINCY Mass was very nice this year. But the only problem we have usually is just a lot of fighting, and if there's got to be a lot of trouble, it's best people don't come.
Personally, I felt that it was good overall, but could cut back on a lot of the vulgarity, because I don't think visitors need to see that. Though they're having fun, they can have fun in a better way.
They're flying in DJs from overseas to come here and play foreign music, and you have local DJs that could give that money to. And also you have another major issue to me is like we shouldn't be pushing the older guys out, telling them to quit and things like that. Let those young guys work for them place, prove themselves.
Mass 2018.
Well, VINCY Mass was not too bad, but could I get them out in the band still. The girls them was just wild and crazy. The man them was wild and crazy. People them just wild and crazy.
Juve, I think they could establish it more in the Juve. Last year was a better Juve. This one is a full of...
Alright.
Teachers in SVG have been given the opportunity to sharpen their skills. This as a delegation from the Canadian Teacher Federation conducts the annual Teachers Summer Training Program in conjunction with the SVG Teachers Union and the Ministry of Education. First Vice President Cain said the union is committed to the overall development of teachers and is delighted to partner with education stakeholders to boost the capacity of teachers. Cain said the union has achieved success in representing the needs and rights of teachers and encourage all educators to join with the union to advance education here.
Your continued support is needed. Don't give up. We have to keep on pressing on. Teachers, participants, I urge you to make yourself available to learn as much as you can from this workshop. Do not only learn, but share with co-workers, and also make it a tool to help in becoming a better teacher. Long live CTF. Long live the SVG-TV. God bless you. I thank you.
Meanwhile, Minister of Education Sinclair Jimmy Prince said over the years significant resources have been invested into education, with many teachers benefiting from higher education opportunities. Prince added that while the results of the CPEA were excellent, there are still students who are left behind. He encouraged teachers to learn from the experiences of their counterparts to assist those students who need extra help.
That you would keep in the back of your mind that you have a special role to play to ensure that you include everybody in your teaching. And somebody mentioned inclusiveness before, and that inclusion, I mean people who have learning disabilities or other challenges which have afflicted them because of their social conditions, etc., that you deal with these people separately, and that the school closes ranks around these people, so that by the time they get to secondary school, they would have been a proper outcome of your work. I keep talking about it. I'm not sure that I'm getting through, but I will continue to talk about it because it is important that, of course, this year we had 87% pass rate at CPEA, but there are people who have been left behind because we have not been able to bring them up with the others.
Prince thanked the Teachers Union for hosting the workshop and acknowledged the union as an important partner in education.
I'm happy that the union is not only talking about salaries, but they're also talking about improvement. And this, we can partner with you, of course, while we talk about salaries, we talk about teaching and learning at the same time. And I'm happy that you are still on board with this one. Your input into this summer training program goes a long way to make this two-week program a success. The leadership of the union must be complimented for the support and the cooperation provided to execute this training. Finally, teachers, I urge you to take this training program seriously, make sure you're punctual, and that you attend every session. At the beginning of the new academic year, you are expected to implement many of the ideas learned during the program in your schools, and you should be willing to pass on the knowledge gained to your fellow teachers. This training institute is an important event on the yearly calendar. Let's make this one, as per usual, a resounding success.
The 2018 Science, Technology, Engineer and Mathematics STEM program will commence on Monday, July 15th with a focus on the environment. Director of the STEM program, Petrus Gumbs, said they have partnered this year with the Rivers, Parks and Beaches Authority to offer participants an experience in coastal cleanup, marine life and an educational tour to Beckway.
Personally, I think in there is no sort of innovation in that, but you'll be surprised the amount of stuff they come up with in how to keep the environment clean, which is part of the innovation aspect of well for the program.
And this is for this
year, for this summer, for 2018. We also brought on board with us Mr. Chris Isaacs, who will be working along with us because we're looking to explore the area of marine biology. So there's a lot of kids who are interested in doing that, but they don't have the person to get an insight as to how to move forward with that. So working along with fisheries, which is where Chris Isaacs come in, and national parks, we are getting them as well involved in water quality testing, how to make sure the ocean is clean, what kind of pollutants, for example, we find in the rivers going down to the ocean, getting them involved as well in snorkeling, a little bit of scuba diving. So we kind of pushing the envelope a bit this year, working along with these organizations.
Gumbs said this year 2 programs will run for 5 weeks, catering to participants in the 7 to 10 year age group and 11 years and up.
We have a varied amount of things that we're getting the secondary into, which is deal with the SAT, the Android development, and we also had partnered last year with the Republic of China, Taiwan, so we're getting them involved in the Mandarin as well, and that one is actually a very interesting but free, and also free class as well for the kids them to take part in. We have numerous success stories coming back our way, and I think we're at a point now where you've been talking with the manager that persons, young kids are looking forward to returning and looking forward to be part of the program. You will meet parents who say, okay then, well, my child is going to be 7 next year, so he's definitely going to be in that program, because the reviews from parents outside and persons who also have not been part of the program and want to be part of the program has been excellent. We also have had kids, and we're looking to find a way to harness that feedback as well, that went to overseas colleges and has been enrolled in areas of the studies that we've been working, like the animation, the app development, the ICT, and the programming aspect, because they have that wonderful insight from the program. When they get over there, it was not so much of a surprise, it was so much of a shock, and it was more easier for them to get into than just being a little bit standout from the various subject area that they're staying over there.
The STEM director thanked the Ministry of Education and the various schools for their support to the program, which he said has proven to be quite beneficial to the participants.
I've not met any principal who have not been supportive, because a lot of the kids sometimes when they come to the program and they come back, they do great job, because the program is not just for these how to put it, they put it from different word, unexplored areas like the Android and so forth. It is also geared towards kids who might be going into Form 3 or going to Form 4. So when they come to the program, we get them involved in the subject that they will be taking part coming up in their area. So when they go to school now, teachers say, oh, they already covered that area, they're comfortable in the area, so their performance is actually pretty good when they do subject areas. Say, for example, one of the challenging areas that we have in secondary school, especially in the field of IT, is programming, which is the Pascal. So we spend a lot of time getting kids involved in that and understanding that even before they do it in their secondary school setting. So when they go off, they are somewhat ahead of their classmates and whatever who came. Also the chemistry and the physics and so forth, we spend a lot of time massaging the difficult area for the kids to get involved in. And we don't really just stay with the academic area, we also get them involved in practical stuff that use those concepts in their academic work, their CXC work.